Hello and welcome to Rappler Talk. I am Mara Cepeda. We are here today with two of the creative minds behind the song Kay Leni Tayo. It's a jingle that vouches for the track record of Philippine opposition leader and Vice President Leni Robredo, who is now being asked by horse supporters to run for president in 2022. We're here with Flip Music Records Nolan Bernardino, the executive producer for the song, and Nika Del Rosario, the composer of Kay Leni Tayo. Hello, Nolan and Nika. Welcome to Rappler.
Hi,
Hello.
good afternoon.
Good
Hello.
afternoon.
I'll dive right into my questions. How did you end up creating a jingle for the second highest official in the land? I understand, Nolan, it all started with stickers. Tama ba? Yung Let Lenny Lead stickers. Nakita mo daw sa Facebook.
Yeah, I saw it in Edwin Lasherda's post, and Edwin happened to be my Facebook contact because I think we became friends in Facebook during his spokesperson days in the Pinoy administration. So every once in a while, I would still see his posts. No, so during this time, I saw his post na yung Let Lenny Lead stickers na, and he was asking who wanted those stickers. So I messaged him. Sabi ko, sir, how can I get my hands on those stickers para I can give it away also to other people. And so he messaged me on how to get it. And then in passing, sabi ko lang sa kanya, sir, if you need any help in promoting Let Lenny Lead or whatever help you need, I have a sound production house and also a video production house, no, and we would be willing to volunteer. So that's how it started.
Mhm. Mhm. Can you tell me more? How did you form the team that magtatrabaho dito sa kay Let Lenny Lead? How did Nika got on board? Bakit siya ang napilit to compose the song?
Okay. Well, just a bit of history. Now, Flip Music Productions is a small production house, and
Mm.
Nika is one of our partners in the company. And so when I took on the project with Edwin, I called up my partners right away, including Nika. Sabi ko, are we all open to volunteering for a jingle for Lenny? And right away, everybody said, yes, yes, please, let's do it. So it wasn't a hard decision to make on who's gonna do it. No? Kasi lahat naman kami dito sa company were willing.
Mhm.
And Nika being our head writer, of course, if she wanted it, and she did, no? So siya yung magsusulat and siya nga yung nagsulat.
Okay, Nika, I have a question for you. Of course, you and the rest of the team had to meet with members of the Let Lenny Lead guys, yung isa sa mga supporter groups for VP Lenny to conceptualize the song. Now, what did they want the jingle to have, and how did you make that happen as composer?
They made it really clear na parang one, VP Lenny needed awareness and people needed to know who she was. And two, they wanted to shift away from how people perceived her, which is like a parang maternal figure who's caring and sensitive and a good person and it's kind and parang they want to show a different side of her, which means she's capable of being a fierce, strong woman figure who's capable of leading the country. So they kept throwing the word maangas into the
Mhm.
meeting. Parang we have to make people see that she's also maangas. She's not just a mother figure.
Mhm.
She also embodies strength, which she does. And obvious naman with what she's capable of and what she's shown us. We just need to highlight it in the song. So they were like, it definitely has to be upbeat and it has to have her name all over the song and it has to be repetitive. So I guess to ingrain her name into everyone's head. So parang it doesn't have to be this super deep, complex song explaining every single thing she's ever done for the country. Basta it has to be just upbeat and fierce and repetitive and just to raise awareness on who she is and what she's capable of doing.
Nika, tingnan natin yung lyrics nung kay Lenny Tayo. Yung chorus, 'di ba? it goes like this. Heto ng ating pinuno, handa ng magsilbi, husay at tibay, puso at isip kay Leni Tayo. Bakit 'yun ang napili mong description? Either Nolan or Nika can answer. Why these descriptions of the vice president? Saan nyo to ni root in terms of our projects or based dun sa mga nakikita nyo ginagawa ni VP Leni?
For me, I guess what I see with her is she always has this initiative, and wala na siyang when crisis happens, pag may nangyayaring unfortunate in the country, wala nang antayan. She has initiative to move, to make a move, to help out agad-agad. And like Sir Edwin's team would tell us, parang you have to incorporate the thought of like minsan bumabagyo na sa Pilipinas, nagpupuyat talaga siya to make sure everyone's safe, to help people out, to find other ways to help out. So yung malasakit niya and her willingness to serve the country, na it's always so persevering and consistent. So I guess that's where I got the inspiration from when I was writing the lyrics. So kaya yung handa nang magsilbi and may malasakit and stuff like that. So yeah, from
To
that.
know to Nolan, ikaw ba ano ba ang tingin mo kay VP Leni as a leader, and how did that translate into this music that you produced for
Yeah.
her?
Well, just to add on to what Nika said, no, I think if you follow si VP Lenny close enough, makikita mo naman yung leadership qualities na meron siya. And despite all the attacks being done to her, one of lesser value, or one of yung mas mahinang loob, 'di ba? Parang madadala ka na lang ng mga ganong attack sa iyo, and sometimes he would just retaliate. But si VP Lenny, she just lets her work speak for itself, no? Just like what Nika said, she's always first to respond. She doesn't need to advertise, she doesn't need to announce it. So yun, yung husay, yung tibay, doon ang galing yun. Malasakit, we all know that, no? From Lenny being a mother, from being a caring wife and mother to her children, it translated to her care for the Filipino people. And yun, when we were having that team meeting, yan naman ang mga lumalabas. Even when I had this, or when Nika and I joined this meeting with Sir Edwin Lasherda, si Attorney Abby, and
Valte.
Ethel, Abby Valte, and Ethel and Anna, who were also part of the team. Yun ang mga lumabas na characteristics that we wanted to highlight. Yeah.
Now, Nolan, Flip Music has produced jingles in the past for politicians, but for this VP Lenny song, you actually agreed to do it for free. Why?
Yeah. Well, in the spirit of volunteerism, I've always been an advocate of volunteerism, and wherever I can volunteer, whether it be a political cause or not, non-political one, if I can, I would. So, itong opportunity na to, just like what we discussed kanina, it came about because of my want to support Lenny, or at least my prayer na lumaban din siya ulit sa upcoming elections natin. So yeah, and I guess if it's for a good cause naman, yung volunteerism natin will always be there. And I'm just blessed and happy na my whole company, or the people that I work with, also share the same views. So we made it happen.
Now, Nika, how many iterations of Kay Leni Tayo did you have to go through habang kinocompose mo siya? Ano yung may mga objections ba? Yung Let Lenny Lead team, or may mga gusto ba silang i-tweak dun sa mga unang draft mo? Can you tell us more about the song making process that you had to go through for this?
Well, writing wise, nagawa ko two versions ng
Mm.
one was Kay Leni Tayo and the other was dapat si Lenny because I couldn't decide.
Okay.
Um, because we knew we didn't want to do the Let Lenny lead. Um, parang gusto na they agreed na Tagalog daw, but like um Kay Leni Tayo wasn't really in their campaign, but it just
Mhm.
sounded nice in my head. So, but dapat si Lenny was. So I had two versions and I just made sila Direct Nolan choose and they made sila Sir Edwin's team choose and they went with Kay Leni Tayo. And parang after that, super like small edits na lang with like certain lines, but there
Mhm.
weren't a lot of really big changes after that. So,
Mhm.
parang most of the changes are like internal with us na lang with like the mixing and stuff like that.
Mhm. Mhm.
So when we were submitting.
Was the VP herself part of the process at any point, or talagang hands off siya? Because I do cover her, and I know na kahit alam niya yung mga efforts ng mga volunteers niya, so far hindi pa rin talaga siya yung nagtitimon kasi she's still deciding if she would run. So I was wondering, for this song, did you ever get any feedback from the VP herself, or perhaps anyone from the OVP at least?
Actually, no. The project was done in what, 3 4 days,
Ah, ang bilis
and
lang.
yeah, we only had Edwin, attorney, Abby, Ethel, and Anna, and then our team, uh, Nika, myself, Matt, Bojam, Jelly, and Jassy, to discuss among ourselves on how it's gonna go. No? So as far as the production of the song, it just revolved around those key persons.
Mm-hmm. All right. Nolan, Nika, VP Lenny is often a target of trolling and disinformation ever since she became vice president. Did you ever feel like you were taking a risk by accepting this project? And did you experience any attacks or criticisms for writing a song about VP Lenny? Maybe Nolan first.
Yeah. Well, so far, no attacks. Um, I'm not as active on Twitter, but when Nika showed me all the mentions there, no, nung binabasa ko na siya, wala naman. In fact,
Mm-hmm.
maybe it was from the supporters of VP Lenny, no, giving us parang nagpapasalamat yung iba congratulating us. So mostly positive feedback.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I've experienced so far. When it comes to the question naman of whether I was taking a risk or not, I don't think so. No, I mean, it's not really my wanting to do it doesn't mean that I'm attacking someone else, or it's my stand against someone else. It's not that. I think it's my right to choose, diba? And in this case, I choose to support um, a possible political candidate for our next election. So,
Mm-hmm.
yun, I don't think it's a risk at all.
Mm-hmm. How about ikaw, Nika? Did you feel like you're taking a risk for VP Lenny by being the composer of her song?
Um, I agree with Derek Nolan. Parang we're not really against someone, we are actually supporting someone. So um I don't feel like
Hello, Nika. Naglag ata so far si Nika. Sige,
Yeah.
I
while...
didn't sorry, na-disconnect.
Okay,
I didn't
okay lang.
experience any
Sige,
attacks so far. Where did I end?
uh, pe,
Uh
baka pwede pakiulit-ulitin ko na lang yung
sorry.
question.
Yeah.
Did you said that you agree with Nolan that you didn't feel like you were taking a risk by
Yeah.
creating a song for VP Lenny. Can you explain why?
Um I agree with what he said. We're not out to attack someone. We're not against someone. We're just supporting someone and we're for someone. So we technically wala naman kaming in-alienate or ina-antagonize na people. So
Mm-hmm.
we're just doing this out of support for a person as opposed to like against someone. So wala rin naman ako so far na experience na attacks from
Mm-hmm.
or
That's good.
trolling. It's mostly feedback nga from VP Leni supporters. May some positive, pero may naririnig din ako na parang the song isn't catchy or you should have done a different genre or you should have done something slower, something like that. But
Mhm.
like I think it's mostly people who just want the best for VP Leni. So I don't count it as an attack or as a troll thing. So it's
Yeah.
mostly that.
W- Well, Nika, I'm quite curious. For the feedback that says, you should have done something differently to the song, how do you respond to them? And how do you respond to criticisms like that in general as musicians? You create something and people don't necessarily agree with it.
Um
May-
it's part of the job naman talaga, even with other songs, even if it's not a political jingle. And it's not like they don't message me naman directly. I just see people tweet it. As in, I have a Twitter mutual follower who retweeted na parang our song isn't masa enough or something. And
Mhm.
that's the problem with what we did. And I know this person and parang I don't know what to make of it, but like, she retweeted it, and some people I heard I saw in Sir Edwin's Twitter, I think na parang
Mhm.
someone was saying nga na this VP Lenny is dapat heartfelt or something, so it has to be
Mhm.
like this very specific yung yung
Mhm.
feedback. It has to be a ballad and it has to be heartfelt and I think it's the truth naman is we can't please everyone and
Mhm.
everyone has some valid points naman and we're all just trying to help her. And
Mhm.
I guess if somebody out there wants to volunteer also a different kind of jingle, then parang, diba, why not? Just like the
Mhm.
more help she gets, the better. So I don't really take it personally.
Mhm.
And yun, wala pa naman nag-message sa akin directly, so I didn't really need to respond. So,
All right, that's good to know. How about you, Nolan? How are you looking at these criticisms or feedback regarding the song?
Yeah, well, just like what Nika said, we cannot please everybody. So yes, I've come across some of the criticisms also, and well, it's part of the job.
Mhm.
We just shrug it off. To us, we feel like we did the best possible product that we could,
Mhm.
um, and it's not because of time limitation. Feeling namin given a month or 2 days or whatever, it would still be the same product that we would come out with, no? And then we are happy with the jingle that we made. And
Mhm.
just to add to that, kasi ngayon, there's no, it's the digital age, and while we understand that it should be mas masa pa dapat or mas heartfelt or ballad or slow song na maiintindihan ng tao. I think you also have to adjust to how people watch now or how people listen now. And we are trying to attract also the younger generation, but to be more
Mhm.
active. And there are other what do you call this? There are other channels that we need to address. And
Mhm.
I think the directions of the group to take it to that level of being upbeat, maybe danceable, catchy. I think that was the way to go with this jingle.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, as musicians, ano ba yung tingin niyo 'pag sinasabing dapat basa yung kanta? What makes a political jingle a good one? What characteristics does a good political song need to have for people to remember it, para ma-LSS? And I hope Nika can answer first, then Nolan can
Yeah.
follow.
um, I think a lot of it involves melody recall and
Mm.
um, parang sabi nga ni Bojam, our head producer, would tell us while we were writing the song,
Mhm.
the catchiest part of the melody, yung lyrics nun, it has to be her name. Kasi
Mhm.
it's what's gonna stick in people's heads. And if the melody sticks in people's heads, the lyrics that accompanies it is what's gonna stick in people's heads also. So if they end up singing it over and over, kung may LSS sila, they're gonna end up singing her name over and over, and it's really good recall. And parang when we look back with past jingles, the ones that um, uh, made the most impact for candidates and made them be more recognizable aren't the ones that explained their platform the best or yung pinaka complicated. It's usually the ones that have the catchiest melodies and have the best recall in terms of what the names of the politicians are. So
Mhm.
I think it has a lot to do with melody.
Mhm. How about for you, Nolan, as producer? What makes a good campaign or political song?
Yeah, like what I mentioned kanina, times are changing, and somehow we have to adapt to those changes. While before it used to be the slower ones where you would explain the platform or what this person is like, or how this person cares and how this person does things. No? Now it needs. Hindi ko alam if it's right to say that we need to adapt to people's attention span.
Mhm.
No? We need to be there with being upbeat, uh, danceability, maybe um, yung tulad na sinabi ni Nika kanina, ever since time immemorial, the repetitiveness of the candidate's name should always be there.
Mhm.
So you just have to find a new way on how to do it. Um, Nika is very good with melody, and
Mhm.
what she said na parang yung melody recall ng isang song is a very vital thing, no, in creating a jingle. And I
Mhm.
think yun yung attack na ginawa ni Nika when composing the song. So yun, I think you just have to adapt to the times. You have TikTok, you have the TikTok generation, di ba?
Yeah.
You have hopefully it catches on sa kanila that they can dance to it, and somehow if they do that, then they're playing their part, 'di ba? They're or at least alam namin na narinig nila yung gawa namin, and maybe it will stick.
All right.
So,
Now, I'm quite curious though, which jingles so far from other camps appeal to you or resonate to you the most as musicians, if any? At bakit? Bakit nag-appeal yun yung mga yun sa inyo? Maybe Nolan can go first?
to be honest, I haven't heard any yet.
Okay.
It's not that I'm not actively looking, uh, pero wala pang nag-hit sa akin in my social media accounts
Mm-hmm.
for me to hear, no? And hindi naman ako masyadong I'm not a TV person, so I don't know if they have an ad out. I'm not also a radio person. Uh, so it's mostly my work. I do my stuff, and then I go home, probably watch some movies, and then go about my day. But yun lang, I haven't been actively searching for other jingles that has come out.
Mm-hmm. How about for Unica? Same case ba? Or meron ng ibang song na political jingle na medyo, uy, parang okay to ah.
Same case din kay Direk. This pala pa
Okay.
rin I don't have the time yet to sit down and look for the other jingles. So I've just
Ah,
been doing work. So
all right. Well, let's just go back to your work. So your song Kay Leni Tayo was done for free, and I know that it's now being used for some radio ads for the vice president, and I know that several other volunteer groups apart from Let Lenny Lead, madami na ngayong mga volunteer groups for VP Lenny. Ginagamit nila yung kanta nyo for their various campaigns, for their various events. So siguro first question is ito ba hanggang ngayon libre pa din nila yung nagagamit? Wala kayong inimpose na any restrictions kung saan pwede gamitin ng mga Lenny supporters yung inyong kanta? At ano yung nararamdaman nyo pagka ginagamit yun ng mga supporters ni VP Lenny? Let's start with Nolan.
Yeah. Well, the agreement that I had with Sir Edwin was, because we volunteered to do the project. Sabi ko, we will treat it as a project, meaning, there's a final product. And Edwin and Abby being our clients, sabi ko sa kanila, you have the power to disseminate however you want to do it, and we'll just take your lead, no? So basically, this product is yours for the taking.
Mm-hmm.
So yun, and sila na yung nag-disseminate nung jingle natin, and yun, whenever I see people use it, I've seen someone dance to it already. I've seen some videos produced already. And yun, very happy naman ako kasi parang at least, in some way, dun sa mga trabahong ginagawa nila, part kami nun. So,
Mhm. How about for you, Nika? Anong nararamdaman mo when you see your song is being used by Lenny supporters? And you're no stranger for viral song. I mean, you're the person behind Tala, di ba? Yung sobrang nag-viral na may mga sayaw-sayaw pa. But now you're seeing the Kay Leni Tayo song gaining traction. How do you feel? How does that make you feel as its creator?
Of course, I'm very happy and very grateful because at the end of the day, we just really wanted to help, and
Mm-hmm.
it's a win for us. The fact that people like it enough to actually use it, for volunteers to use it for their material, and the fact that people dance to it, which means they like it, which means we did something to get VP Lenny's name out there, which is our goal naman talaga. And I'm just really happy that we got to achieve our goal, which is to help out VP Lenny's name and if ever campaign. So yeah.
All right. And for my final question for today, and I address this question to both of you, the 2022 presidential elections will be crucial for many reasons. There's still a pandemic. People are still getting infected, and we're getting a lot of reports recently of overpricing of medical supplies. And here you are, you've done something for a potential presidential candidate. Now, do you think Filipino musicians and other creatives should be involved in the political and electoral affairs of the country? And why? What is at stake here? Let's start with Nolan.
okay. Whether or not they want to be involved, I think, I'm not in the position to say that they should.
Mhm.
Um, but if they want to, then it would be a big help to whoever they want to support. I think music plays a really vital role in promoting candidates, in promoting platforms, and you know, Filipinos just love music, and if you can create music to 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 promote whatever, 'di ba? I mean, yun, malaking bagay siya. Whether you volunteer, whether you are commissioned to do it. Para sa akin, now I go to the point of, us being a Filipino na parang, it it can be your way to make a stand also.
Mhm.
To, to to choose a side or to choose a a candidate, no? Um, whoever you choose, diba, supportahan mo ng todo, right natin yun eh.
Mhm.
So, yun lang. I think it's not a question of whether you should or should not, but it's a very welcome thing if you do decide to.
All right.
Yeah.
Ikaw, Nika.
I agree with Direct Nolan. I don't believe in forcing people or
Mhm.
shaming people into
Mhm.
into making a stand, but I've always believed or valued um letting my beliefs be heard or standing up for what I believe in, and the best way I can do that is through what I create, which is music. And sabi nga ni Direk, Filipinos are very musical people, and they really like they listen to music. They spend so much time listening to music, and so that's why it's a very good platform to make your stand be heard and to
Mhm.
endorse somebody that you believe can make our country a better place. And but yun nga, at the end of it's our country and it's our home, and if you believe that um fighting for this one person or this group of people can make your home a better place to live in for everybody, then why not take a stand and why not let your voice be heard? And um, the worst that can happen is everybody's gonna know what you believe in, and that's not really a bad thing if you really believe in it. So
Mhm.
I don't want to shame people who are hesitant to like speak out, but like Derek, sabi nga ni Derek, it's a great help, and there's value in making that decision or making that choice ultimately. So
Very well said, Tika. And on that note, thank you so much, Nolan and Nika, for joining us today
Yeah.
and
Mara,
for
if I
the
may
very.
add,
Go ahead, go,
if
sure.
I may add lang,
Sige
yeah,
lang.
because I was talking to my son, no, the other
Mm,
night, and then he knew about this interview, and then he said, "Are you gonna talk about the jingle?" And then he asked me if are you getting paid for the jingle or is it still free? And I told him it's free, and then he asked me why. No, because it's for your future. And
mm,
he said, "What do you mean?" Because I don't need to get paid today, but if I'm able to help someone get in the position to help pave your future, then I would, no matter the cost. And
mm,
I think that's what's at stake, no? Our
mm.
children's future, our own futures in this country, because this is the only country that we have. So, yun lang, kung sino man yung susunod, we have our elections every 6 years, and, we just need to find someone who would lead us again.
All
So,
right. That's very profound, Nolan. And so that's all the time that we have for today. Thank you so much for the very insightful conversation, Nolan and Nika. And
thank
good
you.
luck. Good luck and always stay safe. Once again, that was Nolan Bernardino and Nika Del Rosario, two of the creative minds behind the Kay Leni Tayo jingle for Vice President Lenny Robredo. Like the two of them are all going to watch out if she will decide to run for president in the 2022 elections. For now, thank you for joining Rappler Talk. I am Mara Cepeda. Join us again next time.